All right. Hello, welcome to Thursday. Here we go. Today is Thursday, May 28th. Coming close to that end of May 2020. Did you know that today is National Burger Day? National Hamburger Day. How amazing is that? Oh, I wish I could eat a hamburger right now in front of you. You would just sit there while I eat the hamburger. Wouldn't that be great? That would be so great. Today we're going to go for a silly story. I'm in a silly mood, and this story is called If You Hopped Like a Frog. Animals are really amazing, and they can do amazing things. And in this book, totally fictional, but it does talk about animals and what they can do. We're going to learn about if you could do the kinds of things that animals could do, you would be amazing. The author is David M. Schwartz. The illustrator is James Warhola, and there are amazing pictures in this book. Let's pay attention. If you hopped like a frog, all right, there's the frog hopping there. Yes, if you hop like a frog, you could jump from home plate to first base in one mighty leap. Wow. So if you could jump the way a frog could jump, that's how far and that's how high you could jump. If you were as strong as an ant, we all know ants are really strong. They can lift many times their own size. You could lift, what do you think? A car. Wow. You could lift a car. That's not saying ants can lift cars. That's saying if you were as strong as an ant is, you could lift many times your size. You could lift a car. And you could really impress all your friends. Wow. If you had the brain of a Brachiosaurus. Whoa, there's a dinosaur. Huge dinosaur. And so let's see, if you had the brain of a Brachiosaurus, what could you do you think? Oh, I thought it would be big. Your brain would be smaller than a pea. Yeah, they're very big. They were very big animals. They're extinct now, but their brains weren't too big. If you swallowed like a snake, think about how a snake eats food. If you swallowed like a snake, you could gulp a hot dog thicker than a telephone pole. That's what snakes do. They do have teeth that they use to bite and inject their venom into people, those that are poisonous. But mostly they just kind of swallow the food and then it digests. They don't chew. And so if you could swallow like a snake, that's how big a thing they can swallow. This snake over here is saying, hey, pretty cool, buddy. You're just like me. If you ate like a shrew, you could devour over 700 hamburgers in a day. That tells me that shrews eat a lot. And, it's today's National Burger Day. That's amazing. Wow, that chose the perfect book. So if you could eat like a shrew, you would eat over 700 hamburgers in a day. They eat a lot. If you high jumped like a flea, fleas on a dog, they can jump pretty high. If you could do it like a flea, you could land on Lady Liberty's torch. You could go that high in the air and then jump on top of her torch. Boing. If you flicked your tongue like a chameleon, you could whip the food off of your plate without using your hands. But what would your mom say? Yeah, your mom might not like that so much, but that's the tongue that a chameleon has. If you had that tongue like a chameleon, you could lick the food off your plate. You wouldn't have to use your hands at all. That'd be a neat trick. All these are kind of neat tricks. That chameleon, that's true. Chameleons, their eyes go everywhere. They're pretty cool. If you craned your neck like a crane, you'd have to stretch your arm way up to touch your own head. And that boy's like, whoa, what happened to your neck, sister? If you had eagle eyes, we all know that eagles are great hunters. They have amazing eyes. They can see their prey from so far away. If you had the eyes of an eagle eyes, you could spot a running rabbit from high in the clouds. Does he remind you of anything? Have you ever seen a movie or seen a book with him in it? He reminds me of the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. He's got a stopwatch there and he's late. He's got glasses. He's set up. Anyway, here's you flying and having eagle eyes. You can see him from way up. If you dined like a pelican, so he's eating, he's dining. If you dined like a pelican, let's see what happens. You could slurp a triple root beer float in one mouthful. Take a look at that. Wow. You could drink a lot very, very fast. And you know what? Let's take a look again. They could fit a lot in their beaks and their mouths. Boy, oh boy. If you grew as fast in your first 9 months as you did in the 9 months before you were born, that's pretty confusing. Let me read that one more time. If you grew as fast in your first 9 months when you were in your mom's tummy as you did in the 9 months before you were born, I'm confused. Let's see. You would have been a towering tot, taller than mountain tops and heavier than 2.5 million elephants. If you grew as fast in your first 9 months, so when you're a baby, that's when you're growing. That's what it said. When you're in your mom's tummy, you grow really, really, really fast. And when you're out of your mom's tummy in the 9 months, you grow kind of fast. But if you grew that first 9, anyway, you'd be huge and you'd weigh a whole bunch of elephants. If you scurried like a spider, you could charge down an entire football field in just 2 seconds. Spiders go fast and they're creepy. I don't like them, but they do go fast, and if you could go as fast as a spider, you go across the football field in 2 seconds like that. If you hugged like a bear, wait a minute, you already do. Oh, that's sweet, isn't it? Oh, that's a nice bear. And here's some more information. If you hop like a frog, it's explaining all these things. If you have the brain of a brachiosaurus there, and these are all the things that it's explaining. The animals, comparing the animals right next to them. That's pretty neat. And I'm going to do some reading about this baby one. That was a little bit confusing for me. But anyway, if you hopped like a frog, that was a fun, silly story for today. Who knows what we'll get up to tomorrow. Bye! See you tomorrow. Bye!